welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, where am I pointing? If you're new here, my name is Rain, and if you're not, welcome back. Thought I'd do a chit chat, get ready with me today because there's lots of new stuff going on in my life. I'd love to update you guys on all of it, but I ain't gonna do just an update video. I'm still gonna do my makeup. I've already prepped my skin with my essence, moisturizer, lip balm, eye gel, all that stuff. And I'm just gonna hop right into makeup right now. Today I'm doing my makeup for a photo that I want to take for my makeup Instagram, which if you're not following me on, it is at MUA Rain on Instagram. And my professional Instagram is mostly just, well, it's my client's makeup, it's my makeup, it's kind of a bit of everything, and it's pretty fun, so check it out. But first things first, I'm just going to start off with a tan eyeshadow, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade, and then I'll use a fluffy eyeshadow brush like this. I think I'm going to do like a halo eye, and we're going to use some glitter. It's going to be pretty fun. And I'm definitely like pretty late on the holiday posting game because I don't really like to start getting holiday stuff up on my channels too early. I used to work in retail. I don't anymore, which is awesome. But I'm not gonna lie, like Christmas, I love Christmas because I love like the season. I love the memories with my friends and family on Christmas. But when you're working in retail, it can be a really great positive experience, and it can also be like a really traumatic negative experience. Especially there's all this Christmas generosity going around. Everybody's so excited and happy to like share if they can, but then there's also a lot of like holiday stress happening, and people can snap on you and they act kind of like righteous, like you owe them something. And that used to just frustrate me to absolutely no end because I'm like, I don't know. I try my very hardest to be really, really nice to people, even when I'm not feeling nice, even when they're not my type of person, but some people are just really rude in retail. I'm going in with this sort of darker tan shade, and I'm just kind of like deepening that up a little bit. But yeah, I am no longer a retail worker. I quit Sephora. So excited! I worked at Sephora for a year and a half about. Yeah, I started in April of 2017 and I worked until the end of September 2018. And it was an interesting experience. I'm just really gonna say that like every store is managed differently and different cities have different policies and stuff like that. So it's very like dependent on where you are. The first store that I started in was the Eaton Center one in Toronto, which is the flagship location for Canada, which I did not know until after I was working there, and I was kind of like, oh shit, it's gonna be fucking crazy, isn't it? They were like, yeah. And it was a pretty great experience. I obviously, like, there's, you know, some things that weren't great, some managers I didn't love, some coworkers I didn't love, but like that's literally any job you have. But the store is psychotic busy. Like, it's so crazy how many people that you would see in 1 hour even. And then it's also a pretty, like, Toronto's pretty up and coming right now, so it's kind of like celebrities would be in there sometimes, and like owners of brands would be there. Like, it was just nuts. So I think I'm gonna go in with a darker brown now. I think so. I'm going with this guy here. This one's from Stila. What color it is? Couldn't tell you. Taking a littler brush like this, and we're just gonna kind of like continue what we've been doing. But even though it was so crazy, I got a lot of opportunity there, and I really loved like all the exposure I got. Like, I'd meet brand owners. I got to meet the brand owners for Milk, and I tell everybody that because I'm incredibly proud of that. And they took a picture of me and put it up on their Instagram. I'll post the screenshot I have of that somewhere here. I lost my freaking marbles. That was one of the many opportunities I got working there. I actually won festival tickets one time from a contest that we have. And we had contests there literally every day. Like, the amount of gratis and fun shit that I would get, either like prizes or more makeup or skincare, something like that, was absolutely freaking insane. And then I transferred to Ottawa because I wanted to move back to be with my boyfriend. And like, I was already kind of like unsure about moving back here just because I kind of thought I was moving to Toronto, and then that was that. That's what I was going to be doing from then on. And so like it wasn't like I was like bummed out, but you know, I was kind of just like, oh, this wasn't exactly what I was planning, but I was prepared to make the most of it. And then right off the bat when I transferred, there was a bunch of hiccups along the process. The process of transferring was really, I don't know, it already started me off with a bad taste in my mouth. Just by the way, I'm mixing a whole bunch of glitters together so that I can get something, I don't know, I want to get something cool. And for a glitter base, I'm going to start off with the Stila one Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow, the color Golden Girl. Anyway, so before I even got to the store, I was already kind of like, I don't know. And like there were a lot of people at the store that were super happy and fun and like great people to work with, but the vibe was definitely different. And so I was already kind of feeling a little bit at this new store, but it was a job. And it was a job that I was already pretty good at, and it seemed like people at my store liked my work. So I was like, you know what, let's make the best of this situation. Can't be that bad. And I was also thinking maybe it was just me being depressed about moving back to Ottawa. Who knows? But so I worked here for another year and I enjoyed it, but I definitely was feeling a little bit, I don't know, felt like I wasn't meant to work there. And that sounds so stupid, but I wasn't meant for it, and I didn't go to school to never try like what it feels like working in the industry. And like, oh, I fucking hate this. No, I don't. Do I? I kind of do. It's darker than I wanted. I'm gonna just try and make this work. But yeah, I just like, I know that I can like certain parts of that job and that I am capable. And I figured that like, I always know that it's there if I want to go back to it. But I needed to kind of try going for the job that I came to that I like went to makeup school to do. And that's like, be a full-time makeup artist, whatever sense of the word. Started looking out into the industry and seeing what the heck was out there. I ended up meeting somebody while I was still working at Sephora who was a makeup artist in film in Ottawa, and I was like, what the hell, there's film in Ottawa? She ends up actually getting me on set for a movie like a week after I give her my number, not even. I literally quit Sephora the next week because I was like, holy shit, like I have to do this with my life. This is amazing. It was like the worst day I've had in film is still better than, you know, some of the best days that I've had in retail. And that sounds so stupid, and it's nothing against anybody who works in retail and truly enjoys it, because there's like definitely times that I really, really loved what I did, but I just like, it's just not for me, I don't think. I still think that I could do fine there if I needed to in the future, but I don't know, having felt what it's like to work anywhere else in makeup, it's just a hell of a lot better for me. I'm gonna be priming my face with the Becca backlighting filter First Light primer. My bad. I quit Sephora within like 2 weeks of being on my first film set as a makeup artist, because when you're sure that something is the right, you know, the industry for you, or you're sure that whatever you're doing is right, it's like, it's an undeniable feeling. And that's something that I felt when I got on that set, and I was like, wow, this is like, and it wasn't even the best day in the world on set, like especially compared to like other days I've had since. Like there was a lot of hiccups. I had to figure things out on the fly because I was definitely a bit of a noob on set, but yeah, it was still so amazing and exhilarating. I think I worked 13 or 14 hours straight that day, which in film, if you know, is actually not that much. Like, it's a longish day, but it's a pretty normal long day. And I got home at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I had to like work the next day, I'm pretty sure. And I was just like, I have to do this again. I don't care what I have to do this again. So handed in my 2 weeks, and now I work in film. which is crazy. Yeah, there was like a couple times throughout the year. I also noticed that like my mental health while I was working at Sephora was kind of like slowly but surely like declining like over time, and it was getting worse and worse, and it was like, it wasn't like super detrimental or anything like that, but I just like, I didn't have my drive or my passion, and like there are obviously times in your life when you're a little bit less driven and a little bit less ambitious, maybe you don't have as much motivation, but it was just like, it was like a 6-month period of just like trying to be fine with my life being like that, and I couldn't fake it anymore. I just wasn't fine with it. And I think I was mostly not fine with it because I just didn't know. I had never even taken a shot at doing anything else. I don't all just work in film now. I work in a lash salon that I absolutely love working in. The owner of the salon is this like super ambitious woman who had a dream and went for it, and I was kind of just like, this is kind of what I want to do, or the kind of person I want to be in general anyway, so I might as well learn from someone who's living the life that I want to live. And I don't mean like I want to own a lash salon. I mean like she is doing like her dream job. She's made a career, and she still has like her family. She just lives the life that she wants to live, that she's worked for. I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of person I should have influencing me. So it's pretty much been, I quit just the beginning of October, and it's now the beginning of December, so it's pretty much just been 2 months of actually officially like doing all this crap. But I've done 3 bigger budget films, all daily work, and I've done 3 short films, all of which I was the key makeup artist for, which means that you're the person who like makes up the looks, and then you're the person communicating with the director mostly about what to do. And I definitely do like being a key makeup artist. Like it's fun to kind of be the one that's designing everything, but on the bigger, more stressful jobs, it's been nice just being on daily work, because it seems kind of stressful. Like you're the one that's like responsible for everything, right? So like that seems very, I think I'll be more ready for that in a bit. Give myself some time. Oh, I'm taking the Naked Shapeshifter, palette from Urban Decay. This is another awesome piece of gratis that I got from working at Sephora. That's the one thing Sephora is like really great for. I don't have any hate against working at in cosmetic retail for Sephora, nothing like that, because like I can complain about, you know, maybe some of my coworkers not having the same attitude, or like attitudes that make me happy, or I could complain about clients being rude to you, but like every job comes with hiccups, and every job has, like, you're not going to get along with absolutely everybody that you work with ever. And to think that like a job sucks because it has some of those minor details but is fine for you and what you do otherwise is pretty like immature of looking at things. So that's why I don't really have anything negative to say about my previous work. Even the store that, like, the second store that I worked at, which I might have, you know, the odd more negative thing to say about it because of just the sort of vibe that I felt when I was there, which is such a hippie friggin' thing for me to be saying. But it was still a great place to work for me and what I'm doing with my life, where my skills are at, especially if you really love makeup or skincare or something like that, because when you work in color, which is Sephora language for makeup, you're putting makeup on somebody like literally every hour, every half hour, all the time. Like, I did a mini makeover, which was just like a one feature makeover, at least once an hour, unless I was doing a full face makeover on somebody that they booked, or, you know, trying products on clients before they buy it so they can see what it looks like. Like, I've told people before, I don't really care what part of makeup I work in. I just care that I'm putting makeup on people, because in the end, that's the thing that makes me happy. And at Sephora, you're literally just doing that, which, you know, some people actually didn't like, which I'm kind of like, well, why are you working at Sephora then, man? But teach their own. But yeah, I definitely, despite the odd little complaint I had here and there, I actually really did enjoy the opportunities that I had. And I would recommend it to people who are interested in working in makeup. Especially, like, let's just say you're interested in working in makeup, but you don't really have any experience. You don't have, like, much of a kit yet. You haven't put makeup on that many people. Applying to work at a place like Sephora or Shoppers or MAC or something like that is great because you're gonna get given makeup to start building your kit with. You'll build up your kit a lot faster. You'll get practice putting makeup on people that aren't models. You put makeup on real people, and then who knows? I know some people who started working at Sephora and then ended up being like brand ambassadors for their favorite company, or they've found the job that they really wanted through that. Or some people who start working at Sephora and then find out that it's completely the perfect place for them. It makes them totally happy, which there are people that absolutely freaking love their job at Sephora. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You just have to be real with yourself and understand, like, okay, is this what really makes me happy? And if it isn't, you know, I had to go find something else. I'm gonna attempt to put some liquid eyeliner on, but I have a lift-in tint on my lashes. I like throwing things apparently. But yeah, so my lashes are like slightly too lifted in the inner corner for me to be able to do this. So sometimes it doesn't really work, but we'll do our best. I've had extensions before and I do enjoy them because they look really like Bam. They're super cute and fun. I found that the lift-in tint was a little bit more practical for me just because I can rub my eyes and I'm like kind of a picker, rubber, whatever. So you can damage your lashes if you do that with your lash extensions on. They're long enough that like when I put mascara on them with the lift-in tint, it kind of looks like I have a classic set of extensions on. I haven't plucked my eyebrows other than, you know, just a bit in the middle here because my boyfriend will not let me grow that. But I haven't touched anywhere else other than that for like definitely more than a year, but I'm thinking it's like a year and a half-ish, maybe more at this point. Because it was when I was in makeup school that I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna pluck my brows for a really long time. And then that was like 2 years ago. So I think it might have been 2 years since I plucked my eyebrows. I don't know if I should just keep going like this, if I should trim them, I don't know. I kind of like the Sasquatch brow though. But if I do ever trim my brows, I'll definitely put it in a video. First time plucking my eyebrows in 2 years? Question. Who knows? So I obviously don't have to curl my lashes anymore, but I still use the lash primer, the Shiseido lash primer that I'm obsessed with. You can, like with a lift-in tint, you can definitely go without using mascara, and I definitely did. But when you go something more dramatic like this, it looks a little better to have a little bit of mascara. Ugh, this is getting too dry. Again, this is crap that I was given by Sephora that I would never ever buy normally because it's like a $40 mascara. Why? No one needs that. It is really weird for me not working in retail because this will be the first Christmas in like 6 years that I haven't worked in retail. And yet again, I actually did kind of enjoy it for the most part because I like Christmas carols. I love helping people shop for other people because you kind of get to like hear about that person through their friend or family member. This guy would come in every Christmas, and then he would also do it around like spring and stuff like that. But he would come in and he would buy just like 10 fragrances, and we would do this thing where we would like give him a bunch of like gift with purchases with everything, make sure he left with like a whole bunch of freebies on top of his $2,000 purchases. And he was so sweet. His wife would always come with him whenever he shopped with me. Not always, but for the most part. And then she didn't speak any English, and she would walk with us, and then every so often you would just see her like pick something up, look at it, and put it down, and then look away, and then he'd be like, and that too. He was so cute. I don't know. Shit like that. I used to love just like meeting nice, sweet people. But for every one super sweet person you met like 10 people that treated you like you were freaking nothing. Like if somebody just walked up to you while you were working in your office and made a comment about how they don't like the way that you look for one reason or another, and then acted like you owed them the world for them being near you. That's what it's like working in retail some days, okay? So fucking imagine that's happening to you the next time you're walking into a retail store acting like you fucking own the place. I really hate to say it, but I've definitely been either shopping with friends or family or something, or especially at restaurants, where the person that I was with was being kind of like, not entitled, just because a lot of people just don't even realize that they're not extending the same courtesies to these people that they would to any other fucking person that they met. But I've definitely told people before, like, you know, watch your tune. That person being really nice, they're doing their job, which doesn't usually make me very many friends, but it's important, okay? I'm that person sometimes. You wouldn't treat me like shit, so why you gonna treat them like shit? Oh yeah. I did a cream highlighter and then a soft glow highlighter, and then I did a super intense glow highlighter because I have a problem. And I'm just spraying with hangover primer or setting spray. Love this. Especially in the winter. Like, I'm still an oily skin type, but I don't care. I really think I need a classic red for this photo. Like, it's time. This is Crimson from Smashbox. And obviously I'm overdrawing because why not? This is the Dior matte lipstick in 999. Now I can't put pink in, or white in the middle, or else it will turn pink. What if I put like a light orange? Or a super light nude? I'm just gonna take a little bit of this super pale Wet n Wild matte nude lip. Oh yeah, I brightened it up a little bit. All right, finger is nasty now. So there you have it. This is my final look. I don't mind how it turned out. It's a little darker than I wanted. I wanted something a little bit brighter, but I don't hate it. It's super sort of like that smoky, expensive looking holiday look. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today and hearing a little bit of an update on my life and what's been happening and my thoughts on everything, because I love sharing that kind of stuff. If you have anything you want to say in response to any of that stuff, or if you've worked at Sephora or any place else like that and you want to share what your experience is like, please let me know down below. I love talking to people about sort of the shared misery of some previous jobs. It's not all bad, as you'll probably think after watching this. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great time. Hopefully I will see you soon. But if not, I'll update you then. Alright guys, bye.